Well, this game is really heating up now, and it's coming to a very tactical moment of the encounter. And I guess around here, it's going to, after some exchanges and stuff, it will clarify a little bit the position. Now, I thought I was doing well because the situation of your pieces here looks a little bit, well, they look a little bit unsure of themselves. So, for example, the knight on f2 is in real danger because I'm simply threatening bishop to e3, trapping that knight. Your queen can also be kicked around with this bishop e3 move and other moves as well. And you haven't really managed to generate enough threats on this diagonal because my pieces are too well positioned here. So I think this is a slight problem you have. And I think you played the best move here because the only way to avoid losing a whole piece is by trying some, shall we say, violence. So here you went knight takes h3. Good move. And now you're aiming to bring your bishop into the game with check and complete your development. Now I didn't like taking the knight here. It looked like it looked a bit dangerous for me because your queen was still so well positioned. And a good bit of advice I think is, if there's a simple solution which you can calculate that doesn't give your opponent the initiative, then that's often a better thing to go for. I hate giving my opponents a sniff of an attack. I just don't want to allow it. So, for example, I didn't take on h3, but I was a little bit worried about you taking. I have to move my king to e1, and I just felt a little bit suspect about this position. I mean, it might still be good for me, but maybe you can do something like castle's queenside here. My king is in the middle now forever. So I saw another possibility, and the other possibility was to continue with my original plan of going bishop to e3. And I have to say now, it's looking like my move knight to d5 was a really important move. Without this move, you know, I don't think I'd be better, but I think I will be better now. Because this knight, as well as attacking you, defends this square, so it's a beautiful piece. Having a knight in the centre of the board is often a good thing to do. So now you have a bit of a problem, because if you move your queen, well, you can move it somewhere like here, a5. But now if I just take on h3, this is a lot better for me because I've broken your diagonal towards g1. You can take back on h3 check, but now my king can just sneak forwards to f2. And this is much better because I've connected my rooks, I've got good protection around my king, and my rook is striking down here. So this would be one way which I imagine I'm simply winning. So instead, you played a good move. You went knight takes g1. You have to grab as much material as you can, and this way you're counter-attacking my queen. And here I had an option, really, I thought, because I don't want to lose my queen, of taking on g1 with the king or the bishop. So why did I take with the bishop here? You might be wondering. Well, I thought my king was better placed here for a start, because on a light square it's not going to get checked. Later on, if I'd have put it on g1, it might have got checked again on c5, and I wanted to keep it as safe as possible. That was my really basic reasoning. It looked very safe on f1. I didn't see any benefits of putting it on g1. It felt safer on this square. Very simple answer. And now, okay, I think queen f8 would have been just tragic for you because your queen's too passive on f8. And my simple threat here, okay, I'm material down at the moment. I'm one pawn and the exchange down, but my simple threat is to go bishop takes b6, getting rid of the defender of c7, and knight takes c7 check, winning the rook at least. So I think your queen has to go to a5, so that when I play the last move that we've had so far, bishop takes b6, in some positions at least your queen can take my knight back on a8. But my simple plan here is to go knight takes c7, check next, and then possibly take on a8. But I do have another idea in mind as well, to do with the fact that your king has not castled yet. I think my king is actually now quite safe. My rook can come quickly into the game, And all my pieces, all my remaining pieces, once the bishop gets removed, look very active. So I might not even bother. I might not even bother taking on c7. I have other ideas, very interestingly, a knight f6 check. Or maybe some idea later on combined with e6 as a little clue to you. Trying to blast through on the e-file towards your king. So I'm quite happy the way things are going with this game, because it's nice when you have two options in chess. Option number one for me is to simply take your rook, and I imagine I'm doing quite well there. But if I want to be adventurous, maybe I have some other ideas to try to force a quick checkmate. Can you survive? I don't reckon, but we'll see. We'll see. And I'll keep doing these videos with my thoughts so you can see how I've really developed in this game and my plays developed. Maybe it can give you some hints in the future. Maybe, or maybe you just, love hearing my voice. You'd be the first person. Cheers. Goodbye.